this jab. And when 5G goes online, and when Elon Musk gets his 60-odd thousand satellites fired up, which will make a 5G grid across the surface of the planet, all those that are doing the will of the lower father, the lowly and little collective consciousness, they will be owned. None of their thoughts will be theirs. It will be transmitted into their heads. They will all have one mind. Reminds me of the Borg in Star Trek. They've been assimilated into another man-made system of imprisonment for the mind. Now, up until this point, they've only had religion to imprison people's minds, and then they had politics to imprison people's minds, and then you've got various other belief systems like scientism, transhumanism, and all the other isms. All belief systems, all garbage. But those that overcome, they will have the higher mind. Bizarrely enough, Ahaya. Ahaya, Asha, Ahaya. It means I am that I am. That's how God introduced himself via the burning bush to Moses on the mountain. The mountain is your body, Moses is your limbic system, your emotional center, and the burning bush that wasn't consumed is your brain. It's so simple, and people think there was a man on a mountain talking to a burning bush. We have to get away from these kind of absurdities, because people that believe that they are trapped in a belief system. Anyway, times are going to get really difficult for those that don't want to become a part of the Borg. The world's a stage. Elon Musk, it's an anagram. No God scum. Elon, no L. L means God in Hebrew, so no God scum. Elon Musk. It's all a stage and people can't see it. What makes them so blind to what is patently obvious? It's right in front of them. Why can't they see it? And some of you might be thinking, I hadn't seen that, so you need to ask yourself, why can't you see it? And when I say ask yourself, that means go within and ask your own consciousness why you can't see it. Meditate. When you pop up on the radar, so to speak, yourself will know you, and you will be known, and you will know, because you will be shown. Get it? Your higher self will instruct you from within, and you will experience things which will give you wisdom. Not worldly wisdom. It's fucking garbage. Seek first the kingdom of God within you. How do you do that? You clean your house. That's to facilitate the raising of the energy. And you go within meditation to clear out your psychology. And this is all to promote equity, which is balance. Balance. This is how you create order out of chaos within you, the divine individual. But the fucking Freemasons doing their stupid shit, trying to create their version of order out of a chaotic system, which they made anyway. Freemasons, my fucking ass. It's all within you. You know, Jeremy was living at his dad's, I believe, in the basement or in a room. Loads of time to meditate. And he's been quite, he's been cleaning his house, he's been on a vegan diet, he's gone raw vegan. Yeah, but what's the point in having a clean temple if there is no equity in your psychology? Psychology is Greek, it means science of the soul. When the mind is balanced, then the mind can rule the body. The two become one. Everything comes online. And then life becomes a gift. It happens for you and not to you. Now, no doubt in the future, those that refuse to be assimilated, their access will be denied. They won't have the privilege of possessing a car. They won't be allowed to work, perhaps. I'm just hypothesizing now. But they will put the pressure on those individuals to succumb, to just give in, to take the jib-jab and become assimilated with the Borg in the great genetic experiment, which will go horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Those that take it, though, they'll think it's brilliant for a period of time. It'll be the best thing since medium sliced bread. But that's the illusion. And it's sold to the people by promising them peace and security. By Big Brother, your government. Ment means mind. Those that govern your minds. So they will be in a position at some point, using technology to control people's minds, to put stuff into their heads, and they won't even know it's from outside. They will think it's theirs. Some individuals that have took that will wake up. They will know something's horribly wrong, and they'll start cleaning their house viciously. And they'll do whatever it takes to get the shit out of them, even if it kills them. Because at that stage of the game, there is no fear of death. They are dead, and they know it. DNA is your word of God. Do not let anything fuck with that. DNA is a fractal antenna. It sends and receives. Now, some of you have experienced an overwhelming feeling of love, but from within. That's the love of the Father. Now, it comes and goes. Even Buddha spoke about this. The nirvana, which the Christians call the rapture. Trying to stay there. It's almost impossible. It's like you get a glimpse of the promised lands. But this is the promise. For those that overcome, it will be given to them. And that's what you need to hold on to. And these little glimpses, these little lift-ups, that is what will sustain you during the Great Tribulation. It hasn't started yet. Fucking years away. Because they're just going to ramp it up. Fear, fear, fear. Scarcity, fear. And all you've got to remember is this, is that you will be taken care of. And when I say you, I'm talking about your divine light that you have found because you went within and found it. And that light is you, and it will guide you. And when you leave your body, the avatar, you will go with your light and return to the Father. And you've overcame the fear of death. And anything else that brings about fear. It might rise its head every now and then, but you'll have the consciousness to crush it. Like the heel stamping on a snake's head. Do you understand? Because we're talking about the spirit, we're talking about consciousness now, and it always is. It can't be destroyed and it can't be created, and you're a part of that. So by default you already have it, but your intellect that experiences the illusion of separation must overcome that illusion to be, to truly know. It's to experience. And that's all you need to know. And then you are known. And there is no fear. Dying will be like taking a nap. As for those that are assimilated, have nothing to do with them. Keep your distance. Socially distance. Withdraw. And it's every individual for themselves. What about the children, Danny? The children have it. It's always there in the children. That's their first love. They still have it. It's only when they start going to school and start being brainwashed that they forget it. What is it? These health passports they're talking about. You're not allowed in pubs. Great. You're not allowed to go to cinemas. Whatever. You're not allowed to go into football stadiums and stuff like, whatever. Well, those are all Babylonian activities. I'm not interested in any of that. Can't stand groups or crowds. Awful places. There is only one person I want to be with on this planet. Then that might sound rather bad. But no, I'm just being selfish. What's wrong with being selfish? As for people that want to take the jab, let them. Let God sort them out. God is your brain. And if their God is not firing on all cylinders, oh well, never mind. Maybe they'll get it right when they're reincarnated. But is there a new reincarnation cycle? Or will the chosen ones end it? What do you mean the chosen ones? Well, you get called out, people seeing 1111. They're being called out. That's what it is. You might start seeing 33. That means Christ is in the house. People talk about Christ consciousness, and yes, it is love. Very powerful, indescribably powerful, wonderful. But it's within you. Can't be shared. You can express it, but you can't give it away. You have to experience it within yourself. That's what it means to be known and know. And your ego, it just dies. The little story that you've been telling yourself just dies. But it was just a story. So anything that comes after that needs to be real and not just a story. It needs to be real. So what is the real? Well, the truth is real. Everything else is just a fiction, a lie. Lies are fictions. They get really complicated really quickly. They have a habit of embellishing themselves. What's that saying? Oh, what webs we weave when we deceive. But the truth is always explicitly simple. And when it's revealed to you, you'll laugh. Because you will recognize that it is your own mind that has been fooling you all along. And then you will experience what they call grace, where you are found blameless. It's not your fault. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You see? It's the system. It's taught you to be that way. But you've broken out of that mould. You've got out of that box. You're not in that typecast role that you inherited. Jesus said, what about, what did he say? Don't worry about the clothes you'll wear tomorrow. What does that mean? One of the things you inherited is your DNA. And you've picked up 23 chromosomes from your mum, 23 from your dad. And they've been picking it up from past generations. And you've picked up all of their genetic memory, all of their genetic fears, all of their genetic misprints, mistakes, and all the rest of it. Well, I'm telling you now, all that will be corrected. And you will wear new clothes. Okay, I'm not talking about Levi's or Carhartt jackets or any other such nonsense. I'm talking about your avatar. Your skin reproduces every 6 weeks. You get a new layer. But scars that happened years and years ago remain, which means that the new cells that replace the old cells in the scar tissue take on the memory of past events. So there is a genetic memory in your body to continually reproduce the scar. Now the scar might lessen with time, but it's still expressing a memory of a past event on the surface of your flesh. Is it not so? But my point is that the cell, the brand new cell, has been told or instructed to take on that past story. What if your cells were then told not to repeat the past? What if they were told to take on their original design? What if they were told to be explicitly clean and not defiled? What if the language that tells these cells what to do, your deoxyribose nucleic acid, your DNA, what if that intelligent fractal antenna received a message and was told to express in a way that your body would be completely new and incorruptible? Incorruptible, cannot be corrupted, impossible. Do you understand what I'm saying? So do not worry about what clothes you will wear tomorrow. So what's that saying? It's saying if you're known, don't worry about it. It's being taken care of. It's being taken care of. You will be taken care of because you are known. Oh, what do I need to do to be known? Clean your house. Go within. You will be accepted as you are. As Jesus said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. All will be forgiven. But why would the Father forgive me? Because he is love. There is no evil in him. He is pure good. So whatever you think you've done, whatever your ego whispers to you, telling you that you're not worthy and all the rest of it, but you are, because there is a power, an energy, a conscious energy that decides that you are, because you are known. And if you're known, you can receive. Yeah? It's really simple, people. None of this is complicated. So I get like, am I speaking a different language or something? And I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Some of you have been listening to me for a couple of years. And some of you email me videos of things about lies that are being revealed. I don't give a fuck about a lie that's being exposed. It's just a lie. What about the truth that's within you? How about exposing that to your mind so that you can be known? How about that? How about experiencing that love that encompasses everything within you? Surely that's more interesting than some fucking dog shit video that you sniffed out on YouTube. Listen to your body when you watch some of those videos. What reaction is your body giving you? The mind, you're watching a video and it might be about, whatever. And, fear will rise or anxiety. When you recognize that in yourself, then know this. You are willfully using your mind to poison your body with fear. You are playing into the enemy's hands. Why would you do that? Why? When instead you could just be sat down nice and peacefully and you shut your eyes and you just listen to your body. The thing that you live in. The thing that you have yet to know and yet to understand. Some of you have had these experiences, it's all very well. But some of you haven't. And it's your minds that are getting in your way. Your own intellect is your own enemy. And until you put that behind you, you will not know and you will not be known. Don't worry though, you get it back. It's just a charity, it's an arm. When you give alms, meditation, what are you giving? Well, you're surrendering, you're offering the mind, you're surrendering it. And because you've surrendered the mind, the cup is empty, the Holy Grail. Nature hates a vacuum, people. And if your Holy Grail is empty, nature will fill it. And the right hand will not tell the left hand what's going on. The left hand is your ego intellect, and the right hand is your subconscious, also known as Eve, or in Hebrew, Chawa, which means the life bringer. But in time, your ego intellect will start to understand the process. It will start to know what's going on. That's what all those ancient scriptures are about. They're codes. They are written for people that have wisdom within them. And then they read the scriptures and it makes complete sense. Because they've had the experience. But to somebody who hasn't had the experience, it'll be fucking gobbledygook. Faith, knowledge of things that are not seen. It even says in the book, the kingdom of heaven will arrive, but it will not be seen. It's inside you. Seek first the kingdom of heaven, the Father's kingdom, within you. And you know what stops people from doing it? Fear. Because they're looking into their own darkness, and some horrible emotions are going to come up, and the past is going to come up, and it's going to be revealed to the mind. But it has to be. That's the process of cleaning out the chaff, getting rid of the shit, and all that remains will be the good stuff, and all the gump, all the crap, all the stuff that makes you operate in a lowly and little state will be cleaned out. It's vital. Oh, oh, there are many ways. No, there are not. That is the only way, so fucking deal with it. And stop being so limp-wristed about this. It's difficult because all that shit's got to come out. But if you don't do it, nobody else can do it for you. And this is self-ownership. This is where you learn to rule your kingdom instead of being at the behest of everybody else's fucking demands. And when you are in that place as well, you will only want to be with people that are like that. You won't want to be with other people that are not like that. The people that are not like that, well, let's just say their days are numbered. But the people that overcome, their days are not numbered. When God promises long life, he's not talking about living to be 100. That's not long. If you've got a 1,000-page book, 100 pages, it's not much. The book of life is endless. There are no limits to the pages. Consciousness simply is and always will be. And that's the definition of life. It isn't to have a limited time span. Long life means that. Long life. Long. Oh yeah, but our life expectancy, it's improved. We're now living till 76 years. Brilliant. 76 years in Shitsville, surrounded by fucking morons. Oh, the fucking joy of that. Satan is adversarial to higher consciousness. If people can't see this, then their own low consciousness will wipe them out. I'll say that again. People that are not aware of their own higher consciousness are, by default, satanic. Now, forget the religious connotations of satanic. Satan means opponent or adversary. And that adversarial low consciousness will hide the truth from those that operate in that lowly and little state. And they will be wiped out. Permanently. That's why I constantly say clean your house, and I constantly say go within, because that's how you overcome that lowly and little consciousness. And if you haven't done that, think about it. What's the point in inheriting the earth, your body, if you lose your soul, your story, your life story? Doesn't matter if you think your story's good or bad, it's a story and the Father wants to hear it. But he can't hear it if he doesn't know you.